Welcome to My Worst Date. I'm Cassie.
I'm Keegan.
I'm Christina.
And it is 9:29 in the morning. It's not even 9:30 yet. And
we jumped right in, literally.
We jumped right in, did not hesitate at all. I want listeners to know that usually there's a good 10 minutes of pre-mic chit-chat up top.
So, we saved it all for you.
We sure did. And I am so tired because my energy might be pretty low because last night I went over to my friend Jamie's house and her cat a while ago had kittens. And she was like, I need to start, learning, like separating the kittens from their mom. Do you want to take one home for a test run, like a trial run? So I was like, okay, let's do this thing. So at like 10:30 at night, took this kitten home. He's the cutest thing of all time. He's so like sweet and quiet. I took the calmest one because I know Matilda. So I was like, I'm going to take the chillest one you have. Mm-hmm. And he's like so chill and sweet.
Aww.
But Matilda is furious.
Yeah.
The sounds that were coming out of her body. I was like, this is why
oh my God.
People think that cats are possessed, like I was like, oh yeah, for sure. Like if I was, in olden times, if I was like in Puritan times and I was just walking with my friend Jebediah up the, dirt road at nighttime and I heard some of the sounds that Matilda was making, just like
you'd be like, it's a witch.
100. Yes. I'd be like, it's the devil. The devil's here, All
right, show us the cute kids.
Not having it.
She's big mad, huh?
Oh, she's big mad. So I'm keeping them in separate rooms. So I'll send you a video I took this morning, Cassie, in a little bit. It's so freaking cute. But yeah, so I basically spent half the time sleeping on the couch with Matilda and then like half the time sleeping in the bed with the kitten, just like waking up every couple of hours because I didn't want either one of them to be alone.
She said no.
She was like, nice try, bitch, but
no. Yeah, we're going to give it at least like
a
few days of them being in like a separate space and just see how
doing that galaxy method,
Yeah, well, because I think I fucked up by trying to. I separated. I let her smell him in in his carrier, and she smelled for a while. I took a video and I was like, "Oh, this might not be so bad." Like 30 seconds of sniffing. I'm like, she sees he's baby. Like maybe this is okay. And then
her nurturing instincts will take over.
No, she's like, I chose not to have kids.
Yeah,
so.
I'm child-free by choice.
That's right.
Like, no.
Oh my God.
Yeah, oh my God. Oh, well,
we'll see
sorry for your restless night, for sure.
Babies.
It's okay. It's worth it being a mom. I'm just about to piss off like every parent of a human child on this.
I'm a parent of a human child. Totally not pissed. Also have fur babies. Literally staring at both of them right now.
Oh. Well, what else was going on this week? Cassie, what's going on in Germany?
Oh gosh. I don't even know. I was just telling Keegan, I was like, I haven't done anything today. I haven't left my house. I haven't done literally nothing. I went and saw Weezer on Thursday, which was so much fun. The venue was small-ish, but okay, so it was like the size of a high school stadium or like a high school gym auditorium. It was like but it was like packed in a standing room, so it's not like seats or anything. So
yeah,
but it was actually
kind of my favorite.
Yeah.
I prefer that whenever you can like the general admission where you can stand.
Yes. Yeah. It was actually really great vibes. Weezer's so fucking fun, dude. Like, and it's like all hits, all bangers. You know what I mean? Like, all the songs. So
no B-sides.
That's what I said to Chris at the show. I'm like, no B-sides here.
Nice.
I really I miss nerdy musicians.
Yeah.
Like musicians who are just going to show up in like khakis and a polo.
Yeah.
And
sweater vest.
Play their songs. Yeah.
Dude, Rivers totally had a sweater vest on. It was hilarious.
Dude, big shout out to anybody who's doing music now, because you are not doing it for the money.
Oh,
I'll tell you that.
well, I think shows is where you get the money, right?
Well, no, they've restructured a lot of record company deals to do 360, so they're pulling a piece of the tour and the merch as well for most. Yeah, it's not.
So shit.
You're not gonna. Yeah, after the early 2000s, like once Napster hit, truly, you're just.
Do you think
if
that's
you're doing
true
music,
even for like the latest sensations like Chappell Roan and Sabrina Carpenter? Do you think they're not making money either?
they're not
do you think
making
you
like.
have to be like that big to make anything?
Yes, you do have to be that big to make anything, definitely. But I don't think they're not making like Guns N' Roses money, for example.
Oh,
or
you mean-
Mariah Carey
Right.
money.
From back in the day.
You know,
yeah.
like 90s was like you could make a living doing music. Even if you weren't like a big name, you could make a shit ton of money playing bars. You can make a living doing it. But I definitely, as with all art, I think that they have made it so that you can only be an artist if you're rich now, if you're coming from family money.
Damn.
Such a
Because
bummer.
you can't make a living doing art. And honestly, AI is going to take over all of it anyways. So
I hate you. I
Man,
hate saying
I
that right
will-
now.
Glad we.
I woke up on the wrong side.
Damn. Actually, everything's shit, and you might as well not even have any fun. So don't
even
try.
You know what?
Don't even try.
You know what? If you
We're
have
all just gonna
artistic
be
ideas,
toiling.
forget about
Yeah.
it. Okay, just fuck right
This-
off with that.
This podcast is actually AI now.
God.
It's a
there
real.
there are AI podcasts.
Oh,
Did you guys know that?
I didn't, but I knew there were AI YouTube channels, like true crime YouTube channels.
Oh right,
Now, yeah,
like
where they
AI
just, they're
TikToks. Yeah.
write a script about this true crime story and then have AI narrate it and then just put images in. And I'm like, God, this sucks for so many reasons.
So
Yeah.
many reasons.
Yeah. Well, pretty
God.
sure like they're saying you guys have heard of the dead internet theory, right?
Mm-mm.
No.
Pretty sure it's just going to be
Christina,
all
we
bots.
do not live in the same corners of the
Not
internet
even-
that you
not
do.
even
Like
close.
you're like,
Please tell
"We've heard
us."
about this.
Not at all.
Conspiracy theory, right?
No.
No, it's not a conspiracy theory. It's the theory that like pretty soon the internet will be all bots because there are already AI agents that can book reservations for you and flights and stuff. And so it's just going to be bots talking to bots.
Okay, listen. We had Juneteenth off on Thursday.
Nice.
And I was like, I thought about going to a protest. I thought about like finding a celebration to go to. And then I was like, you know what my ancestors would really like me to be doing today?
Nothing.
Whatever the fuck I want. Yeah,
Exactly.
just
Yes.
like resting. So I spent the day just like cleaning my apartment, like putting some shelves up, buying some plants, tending to my garden. It was so nice. And what I realized is that I want to be a trad wife without the husband or the kids.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Minus the wifey bit.
Yeah, I just want to like garden and make bread
Yes.
and feed cats. And
Yeah.
like
Yes.
that's
Maybe have
Is that
some
too much to
chickens.
fucking ask? Honestly.
Yeah, have some chickens. Exactly. I'm just like, and with the way that things are going, I'm like, I don't want to be on a bot internet. Like, I
yeah.
just, at this point, unplug it. Just unplug it all, you know?
Oh my God. Speaking of the most dystopian fucking thing in the world, did you guys see I think I sent it to you guys. It was like CBS This Morning had like a whole like episode about like this guy who was falling in love.
Oh,
yes. Uh-huh. Yeah. I saw
dude.
one that like these stories are popping up all over the place. There was also one that I saw on People where a guy's girlfriend or fiance like left him because she found out that he was in love with a chatbot.
Yeah.
Like she like found his messages to this chatbot and he's like in love with this chatbot. So she's like, okay, I'm going to see myself out of this relationship.
It says something so dark about your psyche
Yeah.
is because if you're falling in love with a chatbot, it is specifically programmed to be agreeable to you.
Yes,
exactly.
And so you're just so telling on yourself, saying, I don't have emotional intelligence or the capacity to deal with a real human person,
right.
that I'm basically have to have a relationship with myself.
Yes.
Because that's what it is.
Yeah.
You're having a fucking relationship with yourself. That CBS clip
dude.
where his whole wife and daughter are there with him, and she is like coming to the realization, you could see it in her face, that I'm on fucking television, and she didn't realize how deep it was.
Oh no.
He starts crying. He proposes.
No, with his daughter there?
Yeah.
No. No.
Honey,
oh no.
And the interviewer is like, so if she asked you to stop, would you? And he's like, no.
Straight up was like, I
right
don't think
in
I would.
her face on television.
Yeah.
We are living in a dystopian future. Like, we don't need to wait for it anymore. We are there.
It
is now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That is horrifying.
The way I would have, like, in my head, I pictured that Viola Davis where she just grabs her purse. Like, if he had said that in my fucking face on television, that's exactly what I would have done.
Grab
that
your daughter.
television.
You're like, let's go, Katie. We're getting out of here. Yeah. No. I just... It's so, like, outside of everything else, outside of the horrible implications of it, what it means for us as a society, what it means for our future, et cetera, it's also just so fucking embarrassing.
Yeah.
It's also just like, you are so embarrassing on top of everything else.
It's so cringe.
It's so cringe.
It's like you basically fell in love with a Tamagotchi. Like,
what?
Oh my God. Tamagotchi has been like it's been like the entry point
exactly.
for these relationships.
We should have known. Yeah, Neopets were the start. As soon as we were asking Jeeves things, we should have shut it down. You know, shut it down.
This is not what Al Gore wanted for us.
No,
you know?
I'd like, in fact, somebody get him on the line. I'd like to know how he feels about this.
Listen up.
Are you happy? Are you happy about this?
Is this what you wanted?
Is this what you wanted?
Is this? Oh my God. Well, yeah,
Jesus.
no, it makes me think of, because I know we were talking about the movie for next month, whether or not it was going to be The Materialists or Companion.
Mm-hmm.
And man, it's the Companion. I've actually seen it, and it really is. I'm like, is this a documentary? It feels like a documentary. It feels like a documentary. But then I've also, like, God damn it, I love TikTok, but man, the way that they spoiled The Materialists.
I haven't
immediately
any of that.
It hasn't been spoiled
Thank
for me
God.
yet, so you keep your mouth shut, Christina.
Yeah. I'm going to say I definitely think that we should see it, and I think that we'll have a lot to talk about.
Good.
Because I've heard a lot of people having
I
big
feel like
conversations
I'm drawing
and feelings.
I feel like I'm drawing conclusions based on the look on your face. You look disappointed, but okay, I'm just gonna. I'll reserve judgment until I've seen it.
I know nothing about it. I know nothing. I barely even understand what it's about.
I do love Dakota Johnson, though.
Yeah.
In interviews, she truly is. I'm like,
she's a little
may have
chaos
found
goblin. I love it.
Soulmate. Yeah. She's it's so dry. Oh, well, you guys want to hop into some
Sounds
stories?
good. Yeah.
Okay. Guy took me to see his dying grandmother. Everyone was standing around crying while Grandma laid in bed unconscious. The nurse in charge was some random girl from my high school who recognized me and made some snide comment about me being a theater geek. Grandma did pull through, though, and lived for like 6 more months.
Oh, jeez.
No.
Yikes.
It's not a good date.
No.
No, you can't bring a rando to see your relative in the hospital.
This might be your last chance, though.
What if we get married someday? We missed our
Never have
opportunity.
met my grandma.
Me Meemaw never met her.
Oh,
It's like
Jesus.
Mima still didn't meet her. Mima's unconscious.
Right? Exactly. And then I have to
Stop
run
it.
into some fucking ex-high schooler who clearly has some kind of grudge against me. Like, I'm not interested in this at all.
Dude, I get it that high school is traumatic. I was definitely bullied to death, but like at a certain point,
Gotta let that shit go.
shit go.
Yeah.
Man,
Also, okay, so this is not meant to be derogatory to an entire group of people, so forgive me. However, like, I do feel like a lot of the popular girls from my high school did end up becoming nurses. So I feel like this does track, you know what I mean? Where it's like Stacy from the cheerleading squad is working as a nurse now, and she can't let it go that she was like superior to you in high school.
God.
totally.
So true.
Yeah. No, you gotta move on,
Angie.
for sure. She told me she was spiritually married to Hades, but was open to earthly connections.
Okay, Persephone.
It's
Tell me more.
complicated on her Facebook relationship status.
Ethically non-monogamous. I thought she was being metaphorical. She was not. Halfway through the date, she took out a crystal, whispered something in Latin, and said, "He's watching us now. Be respectful."
Oh.
Girl, I'm sorry. I gotta go. I'm not trying to doubt the validity of your relationship. Like, maybe this is true. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't need to know.
I don't know. You know.
Woman,
But-
I was just trying to split a mozzarella stick, not accidentally trigger the underworld.
100%. I gotta go. I can't fuck with this.
Yeah. It's been real. But I do have to leave.
I'm all for it. Like, we've joked, like, we all want to be witches and that kind of thing. I don't know. Maybe this is a good way to scare off the normies. You know what I mean?
You might be onto something. The normies.
Yeah.
No, my luck, I'd be like, end up on a date with some guy who was like, that is fucking cool.
So into it. Yeah.
Super.
Now you have
fuck.
Now you have to pretend to be Hades' mistress for the rest of your relationship.
Yeah.
Great.
Hades actually told me I had to break up with you. I'm so sorry. Ooh.
He doesn't like your vibe.
He said the vibes are all wrong. And so, the guy played Dance Dance Revolution for a good 45 minutes while I just stood there. Just the vision of that. Some guy just Dance Dance Revolution.
I wonder if he thought, because when Dance Dance Revolution was huge, which it was when I was like in high school, I know that there were people who were really good at it who thought it was like a personality trait that they were really good at Dance Dance Revolution. Like they thought it made them look really cool.
I told you about that fucking movie about my town. Oh, yeah. The main plot point is that there's Dance Dance Revolution gangs. Dude, I've never seen, listen, God forbid anyone has a hobby, right? I'm not trying to yuck anyone's yum, but that shit is cringy as fuck. I'm sorry.
So
it's cringy. If I went on a date and I'm sitting there watching for
45 minutes.
We have all dated that guy and had to watch some video game. Tony Hawk Pro Skater, GoldenEye, if you're as old as me. But
Grand Theft Auto,
Dance
Gran Torino
Evolution.
No, I mean, I think
I draw the line.
Yeah, on the scale of cringy, video game.
Yeah, Dance Dance Revolution.
Having to watch Dance Dance Revolution is right up there. I mean, God bless him.
She says, I left, played a couple arcade games by myself, then came back and he was still playing. On the car ride home, he asked me how many children I wanted and started suggesting the names for our kids.
No.
Then tried to make out with me when I got home. Nope. Goodbye.
I need to know
Seriously.
what those name suggestions were. I gotta know.
I've always really liked the name Sydney.
Oh, God.
Oh, God.
Like, what?
Met a girl from a dating app who brought her emotional support iguana to dinner. She spent 30 minutes ranting about her exes, called her mom in the middle of the meal, and made me talk to her.
The iguana?
No. The mom.
Oh.
To top it off,
So
the iguana made me talk to the iguana. To top it off, she forgot her wallet, so I had to cover the bill. Lesson learned, never date anyone who brings a reptile to dinner.
Yeah, no, first and foremost, that restaurant, I'm side-eyeing you.
Exactly.
Oh,
Because
calling the
for
health department immediately.
Yeah. There's somebody, I think I talked about it on the podcast before, somebody that tried to tell me that their like parrot was emotional support. I'm like, birds are fucking disgusting. Get the shit out of places that serve food. I love birds. I love pet birds. They don't belong where we're serving food.
Yeah, I actually really like iguanas too. I would love
Me
a
too.
house dragon. I think that they're kind of cute, but again, not in a restaurant. Not in a restaurant.
I had an iguana growing up. His name was Rocky.
Oh.
And I had a little sombrero and poncho for him and a leash. And I would walk him in Ohio.
Christina, if you do not have pictures of this, I'm going to be furious. I need to see Rocky in his sombrero. Oh my God.
I'll text my mom and see if she can't dig any up. We had him for a few years. He got fucking large though.
Nice.
So we ended up having to take him to like a reptile
sanctuary
rescue. Yeah, exactly. Like a sanctuary because he just got too big.
Oh, Rocky.
I know.
I hope he lived his best life in that sanctuary, made some lizard friends.
Aww.
I saw a video of a lizard yesterday, I think. And I think it was an iguana, and it was a big boy. And he took himself to bed. It was like 9:00 and he's like, time for bed. And just like waddled his way. And okay, we can think whatever we want about this, especially I guess if you went over to a guy's house and this was the case, I might feel differently about it. But he slept in bed with them like a dog or a cat.
Aww.
Like,
because it's nice and warm.
Because
I would be worried about rolling over on it, to be fair. I would be
But
so
it's
worried
big.
about that. Oh, okay. It was big.
It's not as
Okay.
big as it's not like as big as, you know,
A house cat?
a cat, but it's close. I mean, they get pretty big.
When I lived in Miami, because climate change is real and it started to get super cold there. When it gets cold, you have to be careful when you're walking under trees because lizards will just fall out of them and hit you. And they can kill you because some of them are really big.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
They
I
get
love
too
lizards.
cold and they just
Oh,
just
they just get stiff and they roll over.
Aw.
I know. It's so cute. Okay. This guy who was my friend set me up through a Facebook group we were in, picked me up after 2 weeks of enthusiastic chatting online and over FaceTime. Chatted with me about our mutual interests, all the way to a fancy restaurant that I'd mentioned offhandedly, told me to order whatever I wanted, and then proceeded to ignore me the entire dinner to watch ESPN and order whey protein on his phone.
Why is this a thing these days? I do not understand it. People being on their phones, like watching YouTube, watching TikTok, on Instagram,
Honestly,
whatever you're
it's
doing.
so
like when you're at dinner,
disrespectful.
like, what are you doing?
Yeah, just be at home then. If that's what you want to do, your phone is a solo activity. People really, truly have forgotten how to be human. Yeah. No, I'm convinced.
Yeah.
When I asked him what he was watching, he literally flashed the phone screen towards me and said nothing. I deduced it was football. When I asked him about his gym progress, he didn't respond. Even better, he was silent driving me home and was still watching the game. I wanted to tell him to not do that while I was in the car. He mounted the damn phone but kept it playing.
Stop it.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
911.
Yeah.
You're going to cause an accident.
Like, why date then? It feels
Just stay
truly
home.
at that point that someone's just looking to use someone like as a fleshlight, basically.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where it's just like they're not interested at all in you personally, but they're just like, oh, I'm tired of jacking off on my phone, so I'll go on this
Go get
date.
an AI girlfriend, okay?
Yeah, but it's just like, I don't know. Like, where do you get off thinking you can put forth no effort and still get laid, though?
Exactly.
Like, do you really think at the end of this date that woman is going to want to jump in bed with you? Or you're just like, well, I paid for everything, so she has to? Like, what's the logic there?
Fucking
it doesn't make
zero
any sense.
effort.
You have to at least pretend to be interested.
I've seen the most attractive guys who behave like this, and it literally turns in my head, I'm like, they're disgusting looking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even though aesthetically, you know what I mean? Because it's just like, if your behavior is like that, I don't care how good looking you are, you immediately become ugly.
Because I'm going to be honest with you, and this is what we've all been saying for so long. Listen, objectively, Pedro Pascal, I'm going to say it. Like, if he wasn't who he was, I don't think that people would be as attracted to him as they are.
Personality matters.
Because his personality is so fucking, like, rich.
He's got riz.
And has riz. Yeah. Like, and he supports the things that we want men to support. And he's good people and good vibes that, like, makes his attractiveness, like,
not afraid to
times 100. You know what I mean?
We love it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think Pedro Pascal is an objectively, like, good-looking person. Sure. But if his personality sucked, I wouldn't be talking about him. Yeah, right? Not at all. Like, not at all.
Ryan Reynolds?
Like, it's...
I think is a perfect case in point, because I think Ryan Reynolds is objectively very good looking, but his attitude in the past, like, 3 or 4 years has been, like, so meh that I'm just like, it's really like knocking him down. Some, I guess we probably shouldn't say that since we have Mint Mobile, huh?
I really don't think anybody will, like, fucking double check that. So, but I love that you clocked it. So it makes me laugh in my soul.
Cut that out. Cut that out.
Nope. I'm leaving it in. I edit the Shorty and I think it's funny.
Oh,
so.
God. Okay. Well, you guys are going to love this one. We went back to her place. She thrusted a model of a cell in my hands and asked me if I could name any of the parts. I got the membrane, nucleus, ribosomes, mitochondria, cytoplasm, and
is way better than to a math and science school, and that is way better than I would have
really
done.
could have got that. Yeah. At that point, she ripped it out of my hands. I guess I was supposed to not know them. Oh, yeah. We were both in our late 20s, so that was also weird. More weird details after, but not to do with our date.
Oh, my God. What do you think her objective was?
I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe showing off that she knew more or whatever.
I'll tell you something. I don't want to be fucking quizzed. The way I get immediately defensive when somebody tries to, like, tell me a riddle or, like, quiz me about something, where I'm just like, I'm here to have a good time. Why are you doing this to me?
Girl,
why?
A riddle sets my fucking face on fire.
I hate. Oh,
thank you.
Don't try to fuck it. I hate that shit. I hate trying to be
you're
quizzed.
You're trying to catch me in something.
Yes.
Like, I think that's why I get, like, immediately defensive about it, is because I don't it's
know.
like a prank, you know, where I'm like, I don't feel like this is good natured. I feel like you're trying to catch me in something.
Yes.
Or you're trying to prove that you're smarter than me.
That's
and now
exactly
I want to fight you.
Yes.
And now I want to fight you. Exactly. Oh, you may know riddles, but I know fists.
I'm also not a fucking hobbit in a fantasy book. Like, I don't need, why do I need to fucking know riddles? This is so, oh God, it pisses me off.
I hate riddles. I'm so glad we're all on the same page.
If you love them, good for you.
I mean,
like,
listen, I'm happy for you.
I feel the same way. And I know that this is very polarizing because people fall on one side or the other, but I do feel the same way about escape rooms to a certain extent.
I love escape rooms.
Where it's just like, I know you do, but like if I get something in an escape room, I'm like, great. If I'm in an escape room for too long and I can't figure, and we, like, cannot figure it out, now I get pissed, like, immediately. Like,
you're
like
immediately shut down. Yeah, I'm like, in my off time, I don't want to use my big brain,
please,
at all. Yeah,
please, let's go dancing.
I don't want to solve things. Yeah,
I want to do all the things. I want to do dancing. I also want to do.
I know. You are the golden retriever of this podcast. You're like, I'm down for whatever. Yeah, tail wagging, whatever you want to do. Let's go.
You guys gonna go solve some puzzles? Yeah, this will be so much fun. Hey guys.
Oh my gosh. Well, if you guys have an escape room we should try, if you have a terrible date story, if you just want to reach out and say hello, go to our one-stop shop of a website. It's myworstdatepodcast.com, and we love you so much.
Cheers.